Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in and get comfortable. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Jaleesa, Reading Beyond the Book Cover, where we stay reading beyond the book's cover. My name is Jaleesa. Welcome if it's your first time. Welcome back if you are returning. If you don't feel welcome already, you should by now. How are you all doing? I'm going ahead and check some of these comments. Hello there. Hello, Mama. Hey, Mama. PTL, if you all don't know, that means praise the Lord. She said, all is well here. I'm happy to hear that, especially considering the weather that we've been dealing with here. Um, I'm always happy to hear that everybody is safe, staying dry, and hopefully has running water and electricity. We're going to go into a sprint pretty soon. I'm going to try to get myself situated. Just got off of work not too long ago and made it home. And I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to start by letting you all know that I made it to the 60% mark of the book. So I think I read maybe 2 or 3 more chapters since we last saw each other. And I wanted to give you all like a little bit of a, I guess you could say recap. Yeah. A recap of what happened in those chapters. So I'm going to change the banner and put spoilers here. And as I talk, I'm going to get the timer ready. And hopefully you have your books ready. If you aren't reading the book, let me know what book that you will be reading during the sprints today. I hope to go for about 3 hours. So that means that I may end at around 10 o'clock my time. But you know how I am. I just let the book spirit lead me. I don't really be sticking to anything too much. Because, we're supposed to be enjoying each other right now, right? And reading at the same time. Hello there, Cool Gamer 2. How are you doing? You know what? Let me know if you're comfortable. Let me know what your actual name is, because I noticed that every week I always say Cool Gamer 2, but I don't know what your name is. But if you don't want to provide an actual name, you can give me a nickname or something, and I'll make sure that I commit it to memory, because at this point, we are fast friends, okay? And let me know what you'll be reading during the sprints. Welcome. So for spoilers, just real quick, we're in the past. I don't know if you all remember what happened before that, but her friend tried to commit suicide. We're talking about Janani. And after this happens, I don't know how they got to this part, but Sanjay, I think that's his name. Sanjay, the guy who she likes and he likes her too, he takes her to the market to go and get some mangoes. And when they get back home, he says he wants to take a picture of her and her child, or she and her child. So he does that. It's really cute, really sweet. And I think maybe the next day as a Sanjay and his family decide to go and visit his aunt. They go visit the aunt, and when they get there, he ends up getting into a big fight with his father over Janani, because everyone's wondering, like, why is he around her so much? And then on top of that, they don't see her as an equal fit because of the caste system. I'll have to find my other Kindle that talks about the caste that she belongs to. But because of her caste system, they don't see her as a fit person to be a wife. So the father is such a butt. He talks down on her. It's not only because she's a woman, but also because of where she comes from. So he says, if we help her and give her money, how do we know she's going to use it properly? It's very insulting. It's almost as if he thinks that someone from her class or caste system doesn't have enough sense to know how to save money, or doesn't have sense to know what to do with money. And that for me, it goes to show that he is not aware of that like old phrase that everybody says, which is like, you don't know what you don't know, right? Like, give people grace. Everyone has an opportunity to learn. We're not born knowing exactly what to do with anything. And a little bit of money to help this girl who basically is at the what is the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. Words cannot express how much of a predicament that she's in. It's like you would think that getting married, you would feel like you have a support system that's needed in order to be a better person, as well as to raise the children the way that you want them to be raised. But she has nothing like that. But luckily, Sanjay, his mother, who's currently sick, she helps and she gives the money to give to Janani because he thinks that Janani, she can do better if she would move away from her family. So I think he's going to try to help her move out of the house. So that's in the past, 1993. Now, fast forward, 2019. Same person, Janani, but she's living in Australia, right? And now they're in India because there was a sick family member who ended up passing away, which is her father-in-law. And she's, visiting family and all that good stuff. And so, I don't know how they got on the subject. It feels like this book or the characters in the book, they always find an opportunity to talk about marriage. If not marriage, they find an opportunity to talk about matching someone. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the character in 2019 that we're in the head of, her name is Neela. She's a daughter of Janani. And Neela has a girlfriend that she loves and wants to move out with, but she's afraid to tell her parents because she knows that they want her to be matched up with someone. I'm sorry if you hear a lot of noise. My husband has allergies and he's most likely coughing or sneezing right now. It's pretty loud. I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. What was I saying? Oh, so they try to bring it up and it caused another big fight. But this time it's in the future, but it's with different people. And in order to cope with this, Neela puts her shoes on and she says, I got to go for a run. And everyone says, like, why are you going for a run? You don't even know where you're going. This is India. You've never been here before. And where they are is Madurai, or maybe it's Madras. Anyhow, she's not at home, right? So it's like you're not safe. You don't know how it is here. You don't know the streets. And she's like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm going to run and I'll be back. And they tell her, it's best that you stay here and run around the yard or something. Like, don't go out and run. But she does anyway. She's so angry. She doesn't notice that someone is following her or some people are following her. And it also feels like everyone's looking at her. Like when you read the scene in the book, it's very chaotic. It's very, my head is full kind of feeling when you're reading it. But luckily she had her location on and her cousin was monitoring her location and noticed that she had stopped. And that's why he came to pick her up. But he did let her know. He said, look, I noticed I was a little bit, behind you. Some people were following you. You need to be careful. And he said, you can't be doing the same things that you do in Australia. This is a whole nother place. And, I guess it's saying it like that is almost like in another way, it's saying, yes, it's 2019, but girls or women or a female still doesn't have protection. Still can't go out without fear of something, or still can't go out alone. So yeah, that's what's happening. But I'm gonna take the spoilers down. I'm just catching up to speed. Like I said, I'm on chapter 15. I'm 60% into the book, and we're gonna go on ahead and go into a sprint pretty soon. I'm going to wait until some other people come in. So far, we had Cool Gamer 2. And we have Wilma Washington here. And at 7:10, we're going to start our first sprint. So at 10-minute mark, that's when we'll start it. Let me go ahead and get the timer up so that I'm not lollygagging. How are you all doing as far as like the end of the month coming up? Do you all have any books that you're trying to finish up? And if not books you're trying to finish up, do you already have a list that you're starting for next month? I started my list this afternoon at work, and I think I'm biting off more than I can chew. I made some visuals or like a photo, so I'm gonna share that on YouTube pretty soon, as well as Instagram, because I am in over my head. I signed up for a lot of, not necessarily arcs, but I'm in the process of doing some awards and reading for awards. And that's the reason why I'm a little bit backed up. But it's okay. There's nothing that I can't do, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the timer. Let me share my screen. Oh, it would help if I actually shared the screen. Share screen. I'm going to make sure I share the audio as well. Okay. Perfect. That's what I want it to look like. I'm going to go ahead and start now, and happy reading. Howdy, hey, hey, peeps. How was that sprint? Y'all, I almost cried, but I didn't. I didn't. I did okay. We have some new faces here. I'm gonna go through the comments real quick and I'm gonna do the spoiler and then we're gonna jump back into another sprint. Um, we have Lachette. She said, Buenos noches. She'll be working on making tarot readings for a retreat next weekend. And of course, I answer back, Hola, buenas noches. I was gonna ask her what's good, or like what's going on, but I was like, Sherry told me, so there's no point. And I asked her if she was gonna share it on IG, and she said probably eventually. And so I said I'm looking forward to it. Good deal. Then we have Courtney. Hey, Courtney, how are you doing today? Today's a work day or off day? What are you up to? Then we also have Kiana. Hey, Kiana. What are you up to? Are you still working right now or are you off of work? I think you're like 2 hours behind me. Lachette just finished dinner. Ooh, what did you have for dinner? I was eating, I don't know if you all saw me, but I was eating some pumpkins. I had a pie from McDonald's and then some pumpkin seeds. I like to snack on pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds every now and then. So I don't eat other junk food. Hello, Cherie. How are you doing? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Yes, I'm okay. How about yourself? I can't complain because it always can be worse. That's what I always say. But life is going well. How about yourself? Courtney said homework. Oh, okay, homework. Yeah, I went to work today. I went into the office. I didn't know that today was my boss's last day before going on vacation. I think he was going on vacation. He said he won't see me again until the 10th. So that was quite a surprise. But yeah, today at work, y'all, I'll just have to rant about it on Sunday when we do the wake up sprints. But then again, I'm like, I want to keep my job. So maybe I'll keep this rant to myself. But long story short, I have been dealing with the same department, same person for almost, let's see, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Going on almost 8 months now. Okay. Asking the same question. I don't know how much more clear I have to be. Pray for me, okay? Sheree says, I know work has been kicking my ass. Really? Okay, because I was like, I know I usually see you in Courtney sprints and I see you in other people's sprints as well. And then all of a sudden it was like, poof, I didn't see you again. Well, we're happy to have you back, jumping back in. Hopefully work cools down a little bit so you have a little bit more time to join us here on BookTube. Okay, I was right. Kiana, see, I be knowing. So you're clocking out right now. And I get an amen. Amen. When it's time to clock out, whew, it's like you can breathe. Lachette says she had pork chops, rice, and cabbage. Ooh, that sounds good. I don't even know when's the last time I had a pork chop. It's been a long time. I want to say maybe decades. I didn't grow up eating a lot of pork, but every now and then my mother would make pork chops. And when I say every now and then, I'm making count the number of times on my hand that we had them. They were usually smothered. They always tasted good, but I've never tried to cook it myself because I don't trust myself to cook pork and not get sick. So I just leave it alone. I let somebody else prepare it. And that way I'll eat it. But that sounds really good. Does your cabbage have like pepper in it, a little spice, or is it just kind of like this is a little greenery to complement the plate kind of type deal, and you don't add anything extra? Let me know, because you can jazz up some cabbage. Kiana said last day of school for the kiddos. Woo! I am going to pray for your cupboard and your refrigerator because I know they're gonna be eating everything. If you don't make them go outside. But wow, a lot of people are telling, well, a lot of people as far as my coworkers are telling me how like the children are already just raiding the cabinets and stuff. So I tell them, make them go outside, put them in something if you can, put them in tutoring, put them in some kind of sports. I know one of my coworkers, she doesn't really have to worry about her children snacking and laying around all summer because they're going to their grandparents' house most days. And the grandparents do these morning walks and they go and visit their friends and walk some more. So the kids, they don't like it, but it's going to keep them busy and not just eating and sitting around all day. Lachette says hello to Courtney, Kiana, and Cherie. I had to pause. I had a little glitch there. When I see y'all's usernames, like I know the username, but I have to think of the name that it goes with. Yeah. Kids are out of school. Courtney had a pot pie for dinner. Which one did you have? You had the turkey, the chicken, or the beef? I'm trying to remember which one I used to pick up all the time. I think I used to pick up the beef and the turkey. No, I think it was just the beef and chicken. Because I think I had a bad experience with one of the turkey ones. I'm a texture person, so when I run into something that don't feel like it's meat, I don't want to eat it no more. So, so that's the reason why I only eat certain ones. But let me know which kind you got. Lachette said, no, we put seasoning in it. But what kind of seasoning? Like when I cook mine, I usually use Maggi, the red crushed pepper, and then sometimes a little bit of vinegar, just give it a little tang, a little bite. And it tastes good, sopped up, so good. Uh-oh, I skipped one. Lachette said, tried cooking in the oven for the first time ever after seeing a reel about it. Oh, okay. Maybe I can try that. If you can, if you remember, send me the reels. Maybe I'll try it. My husband doesn't eat pork, but I do. And I would like to try to cook pork chops. It's just like I said, I'm scared of getting sick from it. My sister, when she used to live in Dallas, I think it was either she cooked it or her friend cooked some pork chops. And they didn't cook them all the way. And she ended up getting sick and had to go to the hospital. So, yeah, if that ain't a reason to be scared, I don't know what is. Kim says hello to Lachette and Courtney. Courtney said I had banquet turkey, tasted like meat. Okay, so maybe I'll have to just revisit. I don't know, because that one experience is all it takes. But it's not like it just only happens with the turkey. It's happened with all of them. I just have to rotate them out, try ever so often because I don't eat them that often. But when I do, I'm always like really picky about the meat. But my favorite part of the banquet, what you call it, Popeyes, is the crust. That's like the only crust that I actually live for. It tastes so good. One is going, not summer. What do you mean one is going, not summer? Like one of the kids is going to summer school or going to school but not summer school? What's going on? One is going, not summer school. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Lachette said pork chops are pretty quick and easy to cook. That's what I heard, but I was like, I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm scared to cook pork chops. I'm so scared. And all it took was just my sister getting sick that one time, and that's enough. I won't know when it's done. That's my problem. And I don't want to overcook it, and it's too tough to even eat. Yep, see? Kiana, you're going to have to stock up on the snacks or like put a lock on the door. Only buy healthy snacks. If they're anything like me and my sister, we used to be just making up stuff. If I told you all the stuff that we would throw together, I'm shamed. That's why I'm not going to tell y'all. But yeah, when we were younger, we were doing all kind of recipes in the house when we should just been outside swimming. Well, we did that maybe a year or two after we had moved into our new house. That's when we went outside more often. But like that first year or two, we didn't know anybody too much. And then on top of that, I think we had to learn how to swim. And yeah, it was just eating and in the house. So yeah, stock up or send them outside. Send them outside with some sunblock and tell them come back later. Courtney says hello to Lachette, Cherie, and Kiana. Why do I keep doing that? Lachette said whatever seasoning, whoever's cooking feels. Oh, at the time. Okay, so you didn't cook it. Somebody else cooked it. I see what you mean. So it's like whatever happens. I'm going to eat it. Kiana said I did pork chops in the air fryer. We are still alive. How long did you cook it, though? Man, I don't know. It's been a long time actually since I cooked meat. I feel like the last time I cooked some meat, like raw meat at home. My husband now, he's the one that handles all the raw meat and stuff. But I think the last time I handled raw meat was maybe Thanksgiving 2 years ago. And oh my God, I don't like cooking turkey. It's heavy, it's big. For me, it takes a long time because I'm very particular about how I cut it up and put it in the oven and all that kind of stuff. It's just stressful. Ah, man. One day I'll get back to cooking meat, but right now I really don't want to touch it. I'd rather just buy it prepared already. Lachette says, no, that comment about cooking real is about the cabbage. Oh, okay. I know. I'm silly. It's been a long day. Forgive me. But I follow you. Okay, send it to me. I don't mind. I like cabbage. I like trying it different ways. My favorite, like I said before, is the way that I cook it. And then if I want it raw, I like to eat it a little bit like the Mediterranean cabbage, where it has like lemon juice and I think it's called, is it sumac? No, it's not sumac. It's called something else. It's some kind of seasoning that I get from the store, and it has all the herbs and stuff inside of it. And I put that in there with the lemon juice, and it's just, oh, it's perfect. It's fresh, with the carrots and stuff. Oh, I'm not hungry, but my mouth is watering. Air fry. Yeah, but like, what temperature do you put it on? Do you like put it at 390, 400 degrees? How long? Mine usually starts at, I think, 390 or 400 degrees, 20 minutes. So if I want to change it, I have to either go up and down from there. But I don't know the highest that it goes up to. I haven't tried to test it out. I'm trying to keep this air fryer going as long as I can before it's time to buy a new one. Lachette says, same to Kiana. Pork chops are versatile like chicken. Are they? Okay. I'm gonna have to try, because I remember I said I'm the only one that eats pork in the house. My husband, he doesn't eat it because he's Muslim. So I'm gonna have to try one day, because I know it's also cheap as well. It's cheaper than chicken. Oh, okay, so one is going to summer school. Okay. How long is summer school? Because is it usually the entire summer? Is it 3 months, or is it like a month and a half? I remember going to summer school, but not because, I think it was, I'm trying to remember what it was for. I know it wasn't because I didn't pass. I passed, but I'm pretty sure it was something to do with like a gifted and talented program or something, and it was free. So my mother was like, why not? And then let me go. It's like a distant memory. I remember going to school during the summer, wondering why am I here? But it was just extra work to do during the summer, and I guess just keep our minds, busy. Kiana says, if I buy healthy snacks, they will say there's nothing to eat. Let them go hungry then. Or not even let them go hungry. Just keep it in the house. Eventually they're gonna eat it. Because the thing is, like, beggars can't be choosers, right? But I understand what you mean. Like, my husband does that now. There'll be food in the house, and he's like, I'm hungry. Sir, did you not look at the cabinet and the refrigerator and the freezer? There's food in there. But that's not what I want. And I just let him go. I just go. I don't even feed into it, because one thing I'm not going to do is have 1 cent conversations. That means it's not worth my time. We got food in the house. That's it. End of argument. Full stop. Yes, Lachette. The cravings. Oh, man. Whew. That's why during the summer, it's best to just have the kids busy. I mean, all year they should be busy, because what did they say? The idle hands is the devil's playground. I truly believe that people, not even just children, but people in general, don't have anything to do. They end up getting in trouble some kind of way. So it's best to keep them busy. Oh, I see, Kiana. You said, can't send them outside to me, weirdos. Yeah, stranger danger is still alive and well in 2024. So I get you. I understand. I'm trying to think where can they go though? Like, what's a safe space that they can go, like the YMCA or to some kind of, boys and girls club, anything like that? Does their school have any kind of summer programs? I know where I work at the university, they have summer programs for middle schoolers and high schoolers. I don't know if they have it for elementary school age students or kids, but look into that. I mean, just get them out the house. Get them out the house. Tell them, because otherwise, when they're in the house, I'm stuttering. So sorry. The air conditioner is gonna be blowing. I don't know about you, but I am nervous for my power bill. Okay, and this is just me and my husband here right now. So, but I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, put the kids outside. You're not outside, just out of the house. Um, yeah, my air fryer does come with instructions, but it's inside of a box. I don't want to go and get it. So I may have to just look online for the manual and then see how long I'm supposed to cook it. But honestly, I feel like I followed the instructions before for another recipe and they weren't, I don't want to say it wasn't accurate, but it wasn't to my liking as far as like the temperature and the time to cook something. But I'll try it. I'll try it. I have what is that thing called? Oh my God. I have a Ninja air fryer. So if I look it up online, I'm pretty sure I can find a manual and figure out how long I'm supposed to cook the pork chop for. Kiana kids will say that, then still eat. Yep. It's like, oh, there's nothing in the house. Yeah, they're gonna still eat it. Got a HelloFresh box coming next week. How do you like HelloFresh? My coworker tried it and she said she enjoyed it, but she felt like I think whatever she purchased, it maybe didn't last long enough for her family of four. But I always kind of considered it because it's perfect. You know, you have all the stuff that you need. You got the meat, the seasonings, and you don't have to really do too much. So how has how has your experience with HelloFresh been? Like, is it positive, negative? And have you experienced anything like during the hotter months where your food isn't as fresh as you want it to be? Am I making sense? Because I know the boxes come with some kind of packaging that keeps it cool, but can that last a hot summer? Because that's why I'm hesitant to start it now if I wanted to go and buy some HelloFresh. Lachette said cooking a whole turkey is hard for most people, which is why we only do it once or twice a year. Yes. And you know what's crazy? Well, not crazy, but my husband, where he used to work at, they would give out free turkeys. And some people would take like 15 turkeys, 30 turkeys. If you had like a pickup truck, they would just take a whole bunch of turkeys. But we only had space in the freezer for one. Sometimes he would bring home two, and I would like not lose my mind, but I would be like, why are you bringing two turkeys in the house? I'm not going to be eating it. And we don't have the space for it. So that means that I would have one turkey in the freezer while I was cooking one of them. And then when that one was done, we're trying to figure out, okay, so how are we going to store this turkey? Because it has so much meat, right? So it was just, to me, it was a headache. Like one turkey is enough, but you're very right. It's such a stressful piece of meat to have to deal with. And I'd rather just get the pieces, not the whole turkey. Kiana said mine would keep bugging me to buy fast food. Do they know how much fast food is nowadays? Oh my God. Like just one person can be easily what, $12, $15, depending on where you go. I remember last time when I saw the high prices to me was when I had went to Wendy's one day. I was like, oh, let me get some chicken nuggets, a drink and some fries or something like that. And they were like, oh, this is $11, $12 something. What did I buy? what did I buy? And when did you all's prices get this high? It was weird. I don't understand. It's like this is the same food. If it's not changing, then why am I paying more? You know, that's my silly mindset. But no, fast food is too much. Go tell them to go get a fast food job. That's what my mother used to always say. Go get a job. You want some fast food. Yep. You're very right, Courtney. Go and eat your friend's house. And lots of ramen noodles. That was our summer thing. Ramen noodles, cool cups, which is like Kool-Aid and shaved ice kind of consistency. What else do we have? For whatever reason, we were baking cakes a lot. Sausage. Oh no, and boudin. We always had boudin with crackers. So boudin with crackers. I grew up eating a lot of pork skins. That's if they were in the house. Most of the time they weren't. Popcorn. All kinds of just whatever was in the cabinet. But definitely ramen noodles was a staple. Oh my God, the summers. But once I was able to swim, I learned how to swim, and then I became a lifeguard and a swim instructor. Every summer, I was out of the house. I didn't stay in the house. Mm-mm. John said I just turned in on and keep cooking until it's golden brown. Okay. So that means I just need to keep an eye on it. You know what? Actually, my mother, if she's still here, I'm surprised she didn't say something like, Jaleesa, you got a thermometer now. So she bought me 2 thermometers to check, I guess, food when I'm cooking it. So maybe I should try it. This sounds like the universe is telling me try something new. So I have 2 thermometers, food thermometers. So I'll use one of them. Buy some pork chops. Not anytime soon, because I don't think are we gonna yeah we go grocery shopping this week, but because we'll be eating out quite a bit as far as like parties and stuff for graduation, which is stressing me out. I ain't got no children of graduation age, but I have cousins and have friends that have graduated, from medical school or graduate school, and all these parties. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I may wait until next month to try to experiment with some pork chops. Know what I said. I must have said something funny. About 6 weeks. Okay, it's not that long. 6 weeks, it'll go by really fast. Kiana said the 19-year-old is going. She's autistic and needs to be at school so I can work. They just go out to the community on outings. Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense. Youth center, family. Yep. So many options. Right. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, Jaleesa, you suggesting all this stuff and everything costs money. Yeah, they will stay in bed most of the day anyway. Really? Have you heard of this phenomenon called, not phenomenon, but it's like a thing that people have been doing called bed rotting? Do your children know about bed rotting? Because it's a thing where you stay in bed literally all day. It's like you plan to stay in the bed and go nowhere else. No, I need to get up. Mm-mm. Well, tell them to at least get up and take a shower, even if they want to stay in bed all day. Kiana said my experience was good. The trick is to get meals where you can have leftovers, like pasta dishes. Otherwise, they just send just enough. Okay. Well, see, we don't eat a lot of pasta either. I'm gonna have to look because I know they have different types of foods and stuff. And you brought up a great point. I have to pick up stuff that will, be good as leftovers. I'm gonna have to talk to my husband and see because I want him to try it too. He's so used to eating his Nigerian food or Nigerian dishes that it's kind of difficult to get him out of just eating that. And I'm not trying to force him, but at the same time, it's like try something different. You're here where you have access to all these different foods. Why not? So if he is on board, then we most likely will get it because I don't want to just get one box and then I'm struggling trying to finish the box all by myself. Michelle said, yeah, people give them away or resell them. Oh, are we talking? Wait, are we talking about the air fryer or are we talking about the? Oh, never mind. I see what you mean. The turkeys. I saw. Yes, your next message. Yeah, but I think these people were taking most of the turkeys to give to their family members. And where he worked at that time, they always had so much turkey. It's almost like the churches out here as well. The churches be giving away turkeys, but most of the time they only give away 1 or 2 turkeys per family. Where he was working, there was no control. It's like if you can fit it in the back of your truck, if you got coolers or something, take as many turkeys as you want to. I didn't get it. And then my husband was trying to be, I call it greedy, trying to take too much and has nowhere to put it. Nowhere to put it. What? What is that? An $18 McDonald's meal? That must be like, I don't know, a 50-piece nuggets or something. And like, I don't know, 4 burgers. I'm just assuming. Well, maybe that's a little bit too much. $18? What do you get in an $18 McDonald's meal? Child. Lachette said groceries are about the cost of fast food here nowadays. True. Do better just cooking at home. Lately, what I've been doing is, I know you all already know this. I always have frozen broccoli or frozen Brussels sprouts in the freezer. And then I'll eat that with either some eggs, rice. If I have meatballs or something like that, or even like fajita meat, the frozen ones, I'll just mix that up together and I'm good to go. I'm getting to the age where it's like I'm not even that picky anymore. I just want to satiate the hunger and keep it pushing. Lucia said, Courtney, that's cheap. Everything is $20 plus now. I think the prices may be different according to locations and stuff. Because I've noticed that, like in the past, if I wanted to go and get something from one location that's closer to me, if I go a little bit further, it's a little bit cheaper. So that may be the normal price up there in New York. Here, what I got today, I think it was like $11 or some change, and it was 3 cheeseburgers, this little McFlurry thing, then had apple pie, and then I think it was a medium fry, and yeah, and I used like a coupon or something. All that was either $11 or $13, something like that. And that's enough for 2 people. So, but $20, mm-mm. That's the day I would not. Well, it's been a day. So I'm not gonna be going to McDonald's. Yep, grocery lasts longer than fast food. You're so right. Boudin or Doritos. I've never tried that before. Which Doritos? The nacho cheese or like the ranch? You maybe put me on to something. Because I actually now have like a not necessarily intolerance, but I get a bellyache if I try to eat too many crackers. So I stay away from crackers. So like when we go have we have gumbo during Christmas. Everybody else is eating crackers but me because my stomach is sensitive to it. But let me find out that boudin or gumbo is good with Doritos. I'm gonna try it out. Michelle said no. I mean per meal per person. $20 per meal per person. I'm always wondering like how are these places still in business and who is still going there regularly. Lachette said food thermometers are great for meat if you don't know, especially beef. Okay. I'm gonna have to try. That's another thing. I don't think have I cooked beef before? It's been a long time since I've cooked any kind of beef. So because I didn't grow up eating a lot of beef either. We usually had fish, chicken, or turkey. And if the closest thing to pork is just the bacon, we would eat that sometimes. But I'm gonna have to try it out because, like I said, I have 2 of them now. So I'm gonna have to get in the kitchen. Lachette, be good. But you're right. We are black, and 350 is a default. If not 350, 375. Like that's the perfect number. I got you. Why are we like this? Kiana said I bought fast food for dinner last night. It was $51. The HelloFresh box is about 111 for 3 meals. Some stretch for leftovers. Look, $51. Do you know what you can get with $51? My heart is beating just thinking about it. Girl, what did y'all get? Where did you go? I mean, I guess it's maybe not the bad because it's you, your husband, and I don't know how many children you have. I want to say 3, right? 3 or 4, one or the other. I guess it's not bad. That's like $10 per person. So you know what? I take that back. I'll take the gas back. That's not that bad. It's not that bad. Food is pricey. It don't make no sense because we got all this food here, and they throw stuff away at the end of the day. So why are you charging so much for all of this? Kiana says I'm about to forage Coda's garden. You know what? Coda's garden is very impressive. My mouth was open the entire time. Like, wow. How do you have the energy? How do you have the memory? The patience? I don't have a green thumb, and I tend to forget when to water things. But I have a feeling that if I had a home and I had a garden, I would be better about tending to a garden. So we'll see, because I would really like to have something where I can make a salad at home. I won't have to like leave the house, because nowadays a bag of salad is like what, $3-4? Sometimes it's like $5, depending on like you get the box or not. No, the box is usually $7 to $9 where I go. And you don't know whether or not whatever they put on it, whatever they sprayed on it, is something that you're sensitive to and all that stuff. So I like to have a little bit more control if I had a garden. But yeah, Coda's garden is like A1. A1. I sent it to my family members. I don't know if they watched it, but yeah. See, I want to do that, but I'm such a scaredy cat too. And I think I have sweet blood or something, because it's always either mosquito on me or there's a bee following me or something like that, I need to be covered from head to toe before I go and forage anything. Y'all are so cool. I'm so happy to know you all. Okay, so no, me and 3 kids. Okay, so your husband doesn't eat it. It's just you four. Well, I'm talking about at that time. So that means that each person's meal was about $12. Yeah, I don't guess it's not bad, depending on the places you went to. Who works nights? Okay, so you don't have to worry about him too much. Ah, you overwater plants. Have you considered getting one of those plant? I don't know what they call it, but it looks like a. You could do the same thing with a bottle upside down, but you put water inside the container and you turn it upside down into the soil, and then the water decreases as the plant needs the water. I've seen people do that, and then I've also seen some people just get their plant and put it in. They submerge it into another container of water, and it's almost like the plant takes as much water as it needs, but it doesn't overwater itself. So you have options. But don't listen to me because like I said, I be forgetting. But I have seen people do that before, and I remember my mother doing something like that with the upside down water bottle to water some plants. According to, I don't have a green thumb, but I plan to start a garden when I move. Already got my supplies. Okay, Farmer Courtney. Farmer Courtney, are you gonna put us outside so we can see everything? You can have your gloves ready and your little, what is that thing called? Not a spatula. What is the thing? Not the thing, the scoop. Is it a shovel? I guess so, but the mini shovel, the small one, and your little rake. Oh, see, something about doing that though makes me like feel like I'm going back, not going back, but it takes me back to my childhood days. You're just playing in the sand or you're playing with Play-Doh and stuff. Oh my God, I can't wait till I have enough area, enough space to do something like that. I don't know about that. They care about me. They're always following me. Just today, I was like freaking out because one was following me almost to the office. If it's not bees, sometimes it's lizards I have to watch out for. Yeah, no. And I had a bad experience when I was in elementary school. We were outside doing cheerleading stuff, and a bee started following me. It was a bumblebee. It wasn't just any old regular bee. And ever since then, I've just been like really paranoid. Water globes. Yes, that's what it's called. Water globes. Have you tried one of those? I don't know how well they work. 'Cause like I said, growing up, I saw it usually with a water bottle upside down, not the water globe. But I know what you're talking about. It's the one that has the big ball at the top and then it's like skinny at the bottom. I would assume that's maybe one of the best ways to avoid overwatering something. But what do I know? Spade. Okay, I was calling it a what do I call it? Shovel. Thank you for letting me know, because child, I don't be knowing these words. I speak English, but not that well. Real quick, spoiler, and I'm gonna go into a sprint. So I read one chapter during that sprint, and it was happy and sad, and that's a little bit of something that it annoys me, but not really, because it's part of the process, right? When you're reading a book like this. So the chapter that I just read, it happened in 1993 or 1994, one or the other. I think it's 1993. So I don't know if I told you all this, but Janani, she can sew. She's really good. So people have been coming to her to tailor their clothes and also to make clothes for them. So what's his name? Sanjay, he notices that, and now we know why the money that his mother gave him in the previous chapters, what he used with it. So at first I thought he was going to just give her the money to give to Janani, but no, he gave her the money so he can put down a down payment or a deposit or something like that on a shop that's rented out. And he is so sweet. I thought it was him, but it's actually his mama, but I'm still going to give him the compliment anyway. He paid for an entire year. So an entire year's worth of rent for the shop so she can sew. Oh my God. My heart was like, oh my God. And it was like one scene where it seemed like they were maybe about to kiss, but the friend was there and she cock blocked, but that's all right. That's okay. She was there. It's fine. But it was a happy moment. And then it was raining really hard that day, right? So it's raining really hard. This is after he shows her everything. He's like, this is your place for a year. You can have your clients come here, blah, blah, blah. But because she has so much pride, remember, it's raining. So, she's trying to yell and scream, hey, like, this is too much. Like, she feels like she's not worthy of such a gift. So she insists that this be a loan. I don't get it, but it has something to do with her caste system. I looked it up. She belongs to the caste system called Kallar. That's Kallar. But in the book, though, it makes it sound like in that caste system, there's like a lot of pride in it. Pride in the sense of they don't want to have handouts or be given handouts. They want to work hard for anything that they earn. But when I looked on Google said Kallar is a Tamil word meaning thief. Their history has included periods of banditry. Kallars themselves use titles such as landlord. Other proposed etymological origins include black-skinned, hero, and toddy tappers. I'm going to go into it later. I'm not going to go into it now, but I want to know more about this because I feel like that has something to do with how they treat her overall. But yeah, she says, I'm Kallar. This is not what we do. We want to work hard for what we get. So she insists that they put her on as a loan, put this rent as a loan. So, like, oh girl, just take it and say thank you. But I know that's easier said than done. When you're born into a family where people do not take handouts and don't want anybody to give them anything, then you think that you shouldn't either, I guess. I don't know. I know. Well, I know and I don't know. At one point in time, my pride was like that where I didn't want to get any help from anybody. But now, if you're going to help me, I'm going to take it. I would be a fool if I didn't. But yeah, she takes it. She says, thank you, blah, blah, blah. So he says, him as in Sanjay, he says, okay, I'm going to take you back home. Now that I've shown you the shop, I'm going to take you back home. So they go back home, but it's raining really hard. Now, she doesn't want to be seen with him because she feels like if she and her friend Shuba, if they're being seen by, other people in the town or whatever, people will start thinking that they're together. And I forgot one of the details. The husband is out of town for 3 weeks. Okay. So it's best that she try to keep her distance from Sanjay. No matter how much she likes him, she needs to keep distance. So he drops her off a little bit further down and she decides to walk the rest of the way. Remember, I know I'm going to keep saying this because it's important. It starts to rain really, really hard. But she's with her daughter. I forgot that detail. So the daughter is there with her. Her daughter sees her friend, I guess it's across the street or something like that. And she's like, hey, we're going to call her Marissa. Hey, it's Marissa. And she's like, oh, okay, I see her. But because it's raining so hard, the little girl's hand slips out of her hand. And you know how kids are. They run. They don't listen. They just run. She starts running, and it seems like everything happens so fast. She runs off, and as she's running, there's a motorcycle coming at the same time. So she's running, motorcycle's coming. The mother is running too. And remember, the mother is heavily pregnant. She's running, didn't get there in time. Baby girl died. Woo! So now I'm at the part where she hasn't spoken in a week. So the child died, and now Janani is silent. She doesn't know how to deal with this. It's a lot. And not only that, I forgot the other details. So now as the husband is gone for 3 weeks, that means that the mother-in-law is being even more vicious than she usually is. So she's pinching her more. She's slapping her more. She's still trying to poison her food. And she's still trying to kill her unborn child. She bumps into her or pushes her into sharp corners. Like, this lady is a little off. She's a couple of bricks short of a full house. Okay. So that is it. I'm turning the spoilers off, but just know I'm still enjoying the book. I just cannot believe that baby girl passed away. Oh man, I was hoping she would make it. But I feel like after this, the mother-in-law is going to be like, yeah, you didn't need to have another child anyway. The mother-in-law is going to find some kind of way to rub salt into a wound. I feel it. Uh-oh, what happened? I'm trying to click comments. Yeah, it is sad. It's sad. Like, I was happy at first because, wow, like, Sanjay gave you this place so you can do all your sewing and you can have your business, and then after all that happiness, only a sliver of happiness she had, and then she lost her child. And I'm trying to remember how old the little girl is. She may have been like what, 7 or 8 years old, very young, very young. So yeah, I'm hoping to find. I mean, I want to find out how she recovered from this, because of course she had to have recovered. But like, how did you recover from this? You know what I mean? Like, what was the process, and what gave her the will to live? That's what I want to know, because it seems like she's grown up with a hard life already, and adding this on top of it, it's upsetting. What am I looking for? Timer. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry. So I'm going to present timer. We're going to do another 45-minute sprint. I think that's going to be our last one, because I'm trying to get out of here about 10 o'clock. I'm trying to be better about time. And I also have to do some of my second job. So you know how that is. I got to make the money. What did Kiana said? I hate it when one character consistently has bad things happening to them. Yes. If that's not your jam, you may want to either avoid this book or still pick it up and just like pace yourself, because this character right here, it seems like from her birth all the way up until most likely, it seems like she maybe escaped. I'm just assuming she's going through something, and it's sad because well, I don't want to assume, but I'm gonna assume that religion wise, she kind of feels like she not necessarily deserves it, but it's like she kind of deserves it because of whatever happened in her past life. Because oftentimes she will refer to that. She'll say, well, what did I do in my past life to deserve this? And it's like, girl, like, you don't deserve this. You deserve the world. You deserve better. It's just that you can't tell that you deserve better because growing up you were told otherwise. You know, like, it's funky. It's almost like the society that she's surrounded by just affirm and confirms that she's not worthy, and she starts to believe it. You know, it's yucky. Hey Mary, how are you doing? You know what, I saw you commented on one of my videos and I tried to reply back, but I couldn't. So just letting you know, I saw it and I want to say thank you. Courtney said she's brainwashed. Yeah, brainwashed. And you know what, now that I think, well, not even think about it, but I know we already know this already. You know, if the society is built a certain way and everybody's been doing something for so long the same way for so many years, it's kind of hard to get out of it. We're still dealing with it here in America. Racism, it's not going to go anywhere. Sexism, it's not going to go anywhere. Not anywhere anytime soon. We can slowly chisel away at it, but it's going to take time for it to go away. And that's another thing they bring up in this book, how not bring up, but they can make excuses for how people act. I don't like that. When people say, oh, this person reacts like this because they were born in a different time, me, that is basically the same as saying that time doesn't move and time doesn't change things. Because it does, and it can. It's just that the person, the individual, refuses to change. That's it. You don't blame it on the time they were born. So yeah, that's something that grinded my gears, but it's part of the book. It's not a real person, so that's why I'm trying not to get upset about it. But when people say that kind of stuff, it does get under my skin, because it's like, do you hear yourself? Yes, I saw it and I was upset. I was like, I want to say thank you to Mary. I want to have a conversation and it wouldn't let me. I tried 2 different ways. I went to YouTube Studio and I went to regular YouTube to try to see if I can answer your comment, and I couldn't. So maybe next time. Lachette said, hard to have good self-esteem when everyone around you is telling you otherwise. Precisely. And even when someone gives her a compliment, it's hard for her to believe that they're actually complimenting her. So it hurts my feelings just to read that she feels that she's not worthy of love. She's not worthy of someone caring for her. She's not worthy of somebody giving her anything. She cried. Did she cry? I feel like she cried when they gave her. No, she didn't cry. She was in shock when they gave her a sewing machine. And she's like, well, why would you give me this? It's like, do people have to actually have a reason to give you something sometimes? You don't have to give back for everything. Sometimes it's okay to just say thank you and take it. You don't have to always think that you have to pay for something or have to do some kind of transactional gift or activity in reciprocation of whatever it is somebody else gave you. But I feel like in her head, like Courtney was saying earlier, she's brainwashed. She thinks that she has to always do something in order to get something. Oh Lord, you gotta read Kim. Yes, I do. Kim Jung, born 1982. I have it on my list of books to read because I read a short story that actually reminded me of when you had told me about this book. So I don't know when I'm gonna read it, but I hope to read it this year because there's these themes that keep popping up in all the books that I'm reading, and I'm thinking I need to pick it up as well. So yes, I need to pick that book up. Oh my God. Yes, gaslighting. Woo! Can y'all not tell that gaslighting is one of those words that and activities that I feel like this year, that word as well as narcissist has been an influx. But you're right. Yes. And then when you try to tell the gaslighter that they're gaslighting, they continue to do it. I don't like when I don't know about you, but I don't like when people be playing in my face. But yes, gaslighting to the extreme. Her husband gaslights her, and her mother-in-law does too. I think she's slowly getting out of it, but it doesn't help that, like I said before, everybody around her, for the most part, has this mentality that women don't mean anything. They're good for nothing. Hmm. Yes. Hello, Courtney and fellow readers. Hello. Similar themes to this book you're reading now. Oh, wait, but is a character going through hardship and hard times like this character? Because I can't do books like that back to back. That's too much. I'm gonna have to spread it out in between. Ah, hello, Mary. Yeah, this book it's ruffling my feathers, but I don't mind because it's somebody's truth out there and it's somebody's story and it has to be told. I apologize if you hear my husband holler in the background. He doesn't know how to turn down volume. When he whispers, it sounds like me talking. So I'm going ahead and put on the timer when 45 minutes. Okay, you said not as bad. Okay. So I'm gonna pick it up. Not next month, but maybe the month after. Because I need to take it a little bit easy. Because I've been reading some hard hitting books. What was it? Perfect Peace? That drug me through the mud. And I also had a little life the same month, and then this one now. So yeah, I've been going through quite a bit when it comes to hard hitting books. Oh, and then I finished Long Shot today, y'all. That's gonna have to be a separate thing. We'll talk about that on Sunday at the Wake Up Sprints because that was a book. My gosh. Let's see. Put final sprint so anybody that comes will know that this is the last one. All right. I'm going ahead and I'm going to start the timer. I'm so silly. I'm trying to start the timer in StreamYard. Like, where's the button? Happy reading. Hello. How did everybody do during that sprint? Where am I? Here I am. I was about to actually extend the time a little bit because I wanted to get to 70%, but I can do that later when I log off. I'll continue reading. Um, I was able to read, I think, a chapter and a half of my book, and it's just it's sad. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put the spoiler part up. Um, and then I'll go through the comments, and then I will release you all to go about you all's business for the night. Um, so, if you all remember from previously, um, the daughter passed away. She was hit by a motorcycle, and we are in this. We're in a headspace where she's grieving, right? And it seems like she and Sanjay, which is the guy that she likes, who is the son of the family that she works for, they're both going through some kind of grieving process. She's going through grieving because her daughter died, and she's really not sure how to go about filling in her time because no longer does she have to do the activities that she had to do with her daughter, like doing her hair or taking her to school or playing games with her or taking her, to meet her friends. So she's constantly working or doing something or finding things to do. She was always a busy person, but it seems like she's busier than usual. And remember, she has her own workshop or her own, I don't know what you call it, like building or room or suite. I don't know what you want to call it. But she can go there and work. But instead of her going there and working and doing her sewing, she always goes to her friend's house, Shuba. And Shuba is married and lives in a house with her husband, her two children, and I think either her parents or her in-laws. But that's how many people? 6 people in the house. And the part that I was at, um, Janani, the one who's grieving, she goes to her house like hella early in the morning. And the friend's husband is like, hey, like, what can I do you for? What is going on? Like, it's early in the morning. And then she's looking at the sewing machine in the background. So they're like, oh, okay, she's coming to sew, but it's like really early in the morning. So Shuba says, you know what? You work too hard. Sis, let's go for a walk. So I'm at the part where they're walking, and she's kind of hinting to her that, like, you're welcome, but you can't be popping up at the house this early in the morning, and you need to take time to basically, take care of yourself. Take time to kind of do something other than working. But it's like, what are you to do if that's all you know is to keep yourself busy? And then the one thing that brought you joy out of this entire marriage, because remember, her mother-in-law is abusive and just mean and surly. And then you have the husband who's a drunkard, and he can be equally mean. He found out that the daughter died after he came back from his 3 day, not 3 days, sorry, his 3 week trip. So he came back home, and he didn't believe it. He was in denial. The mother repeated it. She repeated it. And something happened at night. I'm trying to remember what happened. I think they were sleeping. And she heard the mother-in-law come out of her room, and the mother-in-law is just like I said. I predicted this. I said she's gonna rub salt in that wound. The mother-in-law. Let me find what she said, because I was like, "Girl, you ain't got it. Just leave her alone. Like, why do you have to keep bothering her?" But she said something to the effect of like, "You should go back. You should leave. You're not a good wife." Let me find it. Da-da-da. I don't. If you can't tell already, I don't like. I really don't like this mother-in-law. Uh, let's see. Okay, so she's sitting down, and then she turns around and she sees her mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law says, "Stupid girl." There was a weariness, not anger, in her voice. How could you tell him like that? She was only a girl child, but he loved her. So she's like, yeah, your daughter may have been a girl child, but at least your husband loved her. Okay. And it says, Janani just looked at her. Her head was starting to pound. How tired she was. Maybe you should go back to your parents, Vandana said. What a useless wife you are. It's like, what? Who? I. Uh, I guess it bothers me so much because, out of all the things you can say to somebody, why do you have to say that? Why? She didn't do anything to you. She makes your tea every morning. She helps you make your breakfast. She's taking care. Well, at the time, she was taking care of your daughter, your granddaughter, and she's taking care of your son. She's letting you pile all this stuff on her, and you can't even just be quiet and don't say nothing at all. Or can you not just actually put yourself in her position and console her? Nothing. Like ah, I'm lost for words. I'm agitated with this lady. The husband doesn't know what to do but to drink, so it is what it is. But that's her. She's grieving. But on the other hand, you have Sanjay. He's not grieving yet, but it's almost like he's doing like a preliminary. Wow, this word is hard to say. Preliminary. You heard what I said the first time. Preliminary. I'm getting tongue tied. Preliminary grieving because his mother is sick. So I'm maybe reading too much into it, but this is how I'm getting it as I'm reading it. It sounds like he's afraid to be in the same room with his mother when she passes away. It's interesting that he feels that way, or it seems that he feels that way, because he purposely got a job in the same city where his parents live. So it's like he's trying not to be like his father, because his father, on the other hand, his father's a doctor, and instead of his father like staying back and like doing less work, let the younger doctors, do what they need to do, he is going full force into work, and not necessarily avoiding the wife, but he's like spending less and less time around the wife because he knows that the wife's sister, I think, or his sister, can come there and help take care of her, as well as Janani. She can help take care of her. So it's odd. It's odd but understandable. I know everybody processes things differently, but the reason why I mentioned that they're both going through like a grieving process is because there's this one sweet moment in the book. Is it sweet? Yeah, I think it's sweet. It's the first kind of skinship. If you watch K-dramas and stuff, skinship, it's important. But it's the first kind of skinship that you see between Janani and Sanjay. I'm trying to remember what she was doing. I think she was washing dishes or something. And then he comes in the room really quietly. She turns around and it's like, without even thinking or hesitating, she grabs him by the waist and hugs him. And he just holds her and embraces her. And that's all she most likely wanted or needed. Just somebody hold me. You know what I mean? My husband don't know how to hold me. Not like that, but you know what I mean? Like, embrace something. Compression usually helps to calm people down. That's maybe all she wanted, was just a hug, something to be supported by, because I'm assuming that he's a little bit taller than she is. She even goes through in her head, she's talking about the smell, how he smells and how he feels. Like this, you can tell this man makes her feel secure. He makes her feel happy. He makes her feel good, but she doesn't feel that she is up to par for him, or she's never going to be on his level because of the caste system and blah, 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 blah. So that's what I got out of the chapter and a half that I read. It's sad, but I understand. It's necessary because everybody goes through grieving differently. But I'm just happy they have each other. It's good that Sanjay is there. He understands Janani, and that she's able to turn to him, because I feel like her friend, even though her friend is supportive, I don't think her friend can necessarily be supportive in that way. As far as loss goes. So yeah, that's that on that. I'm gonna try to finish this book tomorrow because I only have 30% left. I'm pretty sure I can maybe finish it in 3 hours tomorrow, or maybe even less than that. If I really sit down and just power through and read. So that's my goal. This should be my last book for the month of May to finish. I'm gonna go back to my bookmark. Where's my bookmark at? Because I think I lost my place. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. So yeah, that is what I read, y'all. Let me go to the comments real quick. Yeah. Shalonda. Hold on, wait. What am I doing? My brain froze. That was the final sprint. I was just doing a little bit of spoilers for what I had read. But yeah, came a little bit late, but that's all right. We're still gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna go through these comments. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Say, hey, Keita. Wait, first, go back up. Mary, I was talking to Mary. Okay, so me and Mary talking to each other because Mary had left a comment on one of my videos and I couldn't see it. Well, I saw it, but I couldn't reply to it. So we were going back and forth about that. I don't know what's going on with YouTube because YouTube lately it's been tripping. Sometimes I'll comment one person's video, and then when I get a response back, like a heart or a like or a thumbs up, it's usually for a different video that I viewed but didn't comment on. So it's really, I'm thinking something is wrong. Da, da, da. I know I saw a star. Okay, so we're talking about prior to our. Hold on, real quick. My husband's here. um. Okay, we were talking about how in society, well, most societies, men are prioritized, and I was saying, yeah, it's kind of difficult to not center men. It's hard to decentralize men. Um, we love them, but they can get on our nerves sometimes. They make life hard. And then I was telling Courtney that I finished Long Shot. I'll talk about that during our wake up sprints. That's if we get on the topic of it. That's one of the books that I think either Lachette or Keita had recommended. And so I listened to it and I liked it. I think I gave it either 4 or 3.75 stars, one or the other. And another book that I'm currently reading, this is so off topic. I wish that Adrian was here. Sister Harlem's Library, she had recommended this book. And it's so out of my wheelhouse. Like, this is not something I would pick up, but this book is 3 spicy. That means it's not 2 spicy, it's 3 spicy. It's 3 spicy. My goodness. It wasn't even 7 minutes in, and it was just like the spice meter. So this is what I'll be listening to tomorrow at work, and then on the way to work and away from work. I may finish it tomorrow. It's called The Oath by T.M. Richardson. So yes, when I see Adrian, I may just I may DM her and let her know or ask her, what did she get me into? Because I did not expect the book to be going in the way that it went. Yeah, I was saying that Long Shot has really good character development. It's a little hard to read, getting through some of the scenes, but it's a good book. I'm gonna go since I already answered Mary's comments. I'm gonna go on ahead and go through. I'm gonna click each one. I trust that you all can read. But we were talking about my video. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm talking about how I rate my books and which books get 3 stars, and if I like partial stars, and do I give out a lot of 5 stars? Have I DNF'd? That kind of thing. Go and check it out. I put the video out, I think, last week on Thursday or Friday. I don't remember, but it's out there. It's out there. Oh, wait. Yeah, I said, got Keita. Hey, Keita. I thought I spoke to her today, but I guess I didn't. Work has been busy. Kiana says hello to Keita. You didn't read? Well, what did you do, Kiana? Did you cook? Or did you did you take a nap? I'll be laughing when you come back and be like, I took a nap. It's so funny. It's so sweet because it's something that I would do too, honestly. Hey, Keita lady. Jaleesa making herself sad before bed. Yeah, I'm upset because it's just, I need the character Jenna to just get a break. It's something about a character. It seems like life won't get off their neck kind of situation. It really grinds my gears and always makes me wonder, like, is there somebody out there living like this where they just cannot catch a break? Oh my God. Because if so, is life worth living? That's the question. Okay, you got a few pages. What are you reading? Mary, wait, hold up. I'm thinking something's going on with Mary's comments. Because I don't see anything from Mary that said, oh, never mind. I see it now. It says, thank you for sprints and chat. Good night. Good night, Mary. She most likely is already gone by now. Okay. It's like, what happened? Okay, studio. What is studio? You said, I'm back. Sorry, Lisa. No, we didn't talk today. Courtney, she finally got the part that changes Janine's path. I did? Okay. I'm going to keep reading tonight. After I take my shower, well, actually, I got to do some work for my other job. And then on my part-time job, I don't know what you want to call it, it's temporary contract job. I got to do some of that. And then after that, I'm going to take my shower and read until I fall asleep. And then I'm most likely to pick it up tomorrow morning as well. Because this has been the book that I've been grabbing, when I feel like reading something at home. But yes, I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking, Jonathan may leave. She may leave. It's like, what am I staying with this man for? The mother-in-law is trying to kill my baby, in my stomach. My other child already got hit by a motorcycle. My husband is a piece of POS, Oh, man. Everybody's it's this. I just need happiness. Because even in the future, in 2019, those chapters, it's a lot of tension between the family members. And it's just, where's the happiness? The only happiness I got was when the little girl got a piece of chocolate, when she got some mangoes, and then now with the skinship, the hug. I like me a good hug. I don't know about y'all, but I love a good hug. You know what's funny, Courtney? She said petty people, she need to poison that tea. There's a part in the book where she's making tea for them, and she says that she's trying hard not to throw the hot tea on the mother-in-law and the husband. I don't know why she hasn't smothered him in his sleep by now. But I'm assuming he's significantly larger than her, and I'm pretty sure that if she were to go to prison, it would be worse than her actually staying with them. Kiana says she needs to learn about roots and fix some damn plates. Courtney said maybe husband drinks because of the mom. It's possible. It's possible. And it also may have something to do with his job. His job, they're not really clear about it. It sounds like if he's lucky, he's able to get work that lasts for several weeks. So he'll be a driver or something for families and take them wherever they need to go. But sometimes it sounds like he's just waiting outside, waiting for work. A little bit like, and I hate comparing it to this, but this is all I have seen before happening like this. Have you ever been to Home Depot and you see people standing outside waiting for work? I'm assuming something like that happens with him sometimes if he can't get steady work. And if he can't, whatever work he does get, he spends most of the money on alcohol. And it could be the mother too. I don't know. And then again, it could also be monkey see, monkey do. Maybe his father was alcoholic and he decided, that's the way to go and did the same thing. There's no telling, people, they have their vices. Everybody's saying, yes, Courtney, yes. Shalonda, yeah. If you're still here, just, chat on in. I'm here. I'll be here for another 15 minutes, something like that. Because my goal is to get us out of here by 10 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock Eastern time, and I think 9 o'clock, whatever the other times are behind me. Oh, okay. Cool. Once you do your video, then I'll make sure that I link the video in my description bar. That's what I've been doing. Each person that does the tag, I'll watch the video and then make sure that I put it in the description bar. I look forward to seeing what you say. Because I don't think you really talk much about how you rate your books. So it'll be interesting to hear what your thoughts are and how your thought process is, He said, I know that's wrong. Shalandria. I think is it Shalonda? I think it's Shalonda, right? Oh, we both may be wrong. Please chime in so we don't be messing up your name. We don't want to mess your name up. Scroll TikTok. Oh, be careful with that. You can lose hours with that TikTok. Yeah. TikTok. Where your lady character can go work on her art. Okay, so she can go to what do you call it? She has a studio, the place that the guy, what's his name, Sanjay, he paid for it for a whole year. Well, his mother paid for it for a whole year, but for whatever reason, she decides to just go to her friend's house instead. I'm assuming she may not want to go there too soon because it may bring back memories of that day when her daughter had passed away. So it may have negative memories attached to it now that all that has transpired. Yeah, she has a work studio. She just, for whatever reason, she decides she wants to go to her friend's house, which I don't understand that either because seeing her friend's children makes her think of her child. So, yeah, if you think about it, it's like she kind of doesn't have any place to actually go and just detach from everything that brings back memories of her daughter. Keita says no, his drinking and his mom will be answered towards the end, I believe. Dang, y'all, I gotta keep going. Well, duh, I'm gonna keep going, but I thought that we weren't gonna get any answers about his drinking because it seems like he's always drunk. Always. I have nothing profound in my discourse. I'm still here. Just listen to y'all sharing your thoughts on the nasty men found in the book, The Daughters of Madurai. Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't want to say what's funny. I think that's just like, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like a habit. I'll say what's funny is, and it's not really actually funny. But the father of Sanjay, so Sanjay's father, who's a doctor, you would think that he would be a little bit better because he is better in the sense that I'm assuming he doesn't beat his wife. His wife is sick right now, but she's given him 2 sons, which is desirable. And she seems well taken care of, but it's like now on her deathbed, he's not necessarily negligent, but he's barely there. He's barely there. He's always working, and that's problematic. Because it's like you say you love me, but every time I'm looking for you, you're gone. Like you would think that this is that I am really sick, and that I only have a couple of, let's say, whatever months to be here. Why won't you spend time with me? That's why I'm having a difficult time following his thought process. Like I know you want to get away because you find it hard to see your wife deteriorating, but at the same time, you know that she's going to die soon, possibly. Why won't you take the time to spend time with her? Oh, I feel like this man doesn't show much, if any, emotion. He's always getting in fights with the younger son. Oh, I forgot about that, y'all. Oh my God. That's one scene where they're talking over her because it's like they don't want to say that she's sick, the mother. And she's playing Scrabble or some kind of game. So the entire time she's like, yeah, and it's a bird and it's this color or something like that. And it's from this country. So she's trying to like distract everybody from talking about her in her presence without really talking to her. It was wild. I can imagine how chaotic it was. And then you got the son bucking up to the daddy like, oh, well, you coming home late. You could have came home earlier. Why were you out with your patients? How come you didn't come and see about your wife? Like that's the tone that I'm hearing in my head. So yeah, his father, yes, he's better than Johnny's husband, but at the same time, it's like you might as well put them on the same. It's almost like one sin is not better, not one sin is not greater than the other kind of thing. That's how it feels for me in these men in this book because both of them don't respect women at all. Let's see, because what are women? They're just girls. I'm wrong in the spelling. Oh, okay, but the pronunciation is the same. Yes, I think so. Hey, Miss Courtney. Her name not the same as okay, not the name itself. Keita said the nasty man in the book. Child, please needs to read more. Yeah, this is my first time reading a book like this. Like I knew about the treatment of girl children or girl child in India, but I didn't think it was like this bad. Where it's just almost it's like you're born not necessarily for the purpose of being a full human or having a purpose driven life that is specifically for yourself. It's always for somebody else. And I actually highlighted a quote. Let me find it where I was like, preach preacher. Where is it? God dog it. My hopefully I don't lose my place. And if I do, it's fine. Okay, so there is nothing greater than understanding your duty on this earth and doing it. Can I get an amen? Amen. Yes. That line, mm, it tasted good. That's what I say. When I see a quote that I like, it tasted good. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna keep reading tonight. My goal is to finish it by tomorrow. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Keita says some spouses have a hard time seeing their spouse sick, so them not being around the happy and beauty of what they were before. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I understand that, but I'm gonna have to add a but. Why not want to be there? Why not want to be there and then make some other memories? I mean, yes, she is sick, but she still has this spirit of happiness. She's always trying to do not I don't want to say the same things she used to do because the only thing I know about her is that she's been sick this entire time. So I don't know what the mother was like before she got sick. But I just don't understand why he keeps kind of avoiding her. Even though she knows that she's sick, everybody's making it seem like she's dumb or treating her like a child. But I get what you mean. I agree. I'm not disagreeing. But I guess it's just me. Like I want to be there. If anything were to happen with my husband or my parents, I will take off, for however long I need to be around them. Because the last thing I want to say is that I had time to go and see them and I didn't take the time to do it. Is that a book? Kiana said, this book sounds like A Woman is No Man. Let me see. I wonder which came first, the chicken or the egg, when it comes to the book that you're talking about. A Woman is No Man. Oh, see, I have this on my what do you call it? This is the book that Kiana's talking about. I have this on my TBR, so I need to get to it. If it's hard hitting, is this one? Not this month. It's gonna have to be another month because I got to protect my head space. Yes, yes, amen. Hallelujah. That's what I say. Because that line there, I had to pause. I don't know if you saw me. I had to pause and write it and record it in Storygraph, so I remember because I really like that line. It's almost like that one quote encompasses the entire book when it comes to a woman in India. Like what am I say the line again? Because I feel like I can't say it the same way it does. Mm-mm-mm-mm. There's nothing greater than understanding your duty on this earth and doing it. Ah, yes. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to have a moment. When a quote hit, it hit. Kita said, so it makes them look like they lack emotion, but really the husband was probably crying outside the house. Right. But why not cry with me? Let's cry together. But I get you. I understand, Keita. I understand. Maybe because I have a husband that doesn't mind crying in front of me. I like that. When someone cries on the outside, I'm like, why? Like, to me, this may sound a little bit gross, so cover your ears if you don't want to hear about this. But that's like somebody pretending that they don't poo. I've heard there's some women out there whose husbands don't know if they do number two or pass gas, anything like that. It's like it's a bodily function. Crying is natural. So why are you? I don't get why you're hiding it. But I'm an empathic person, so I'm all into feelings and stuff. I'd rather you show me than me guessing whether or not you actually do it. But yeah, you're right. I wonder though, like, okay, can you give me a hint? Eventually, will he show his true emotions to his wife before she passes away? That's all I want to know. If so, okay, I may change my mind about him, but I still don't like how he was talking about Janani. He was talking about Janani as if she was just dumb as a box of rocks. And she's not dumb. She's actually very smart. She had the opportunity to go to school because Sanjay's mother was going to pay for the schooling. But because Janani's mother didn't want any handouts, they took her out of school and immediately prepped her to be somebody's wife. So Yeah, Johnny is intelligent, but the father, he thinks that a girl child is, it seems like good for nothing in a way, but not just any girl child. Any girl, he's thinking it's a girl child from that caste system in particular is not good for just cleaning and cooking, sort of, kind of. So, yeah, he need to fix his mouth. That's all I gotta say. Like, if it was me and him, and I heard him talking like that, I'm like, sir, dress up, dress the mouth up, do better. Yes, Kiana, I'm gonna do it for another month because I can only take so many bad people in my books. I love quotes too. I have so many quotes highlighted and I just haven't shared them. I'm thinking of a way that I can do it creatively. In the past, what I've done is on Instagram, I'll make is it 3 by 2 or 2 by 3? So it's like 3 rows. No, not 3 rows. 2 rows, 3 columns on Instagram, and it's like a big picture. So you'll have to go to each post in order to see or zoom out of all the posts to see the big picture. And that's why I usually put my quotes at. I may do the same thing depending on how many quotes I have in this book because there's a lot of quotes and I'm liking it. Yeah. Courtney. Crying outside the house but feeling your family member. And that's the thing. I don't think the wife feels that he's feeling her per se, but I'm assuming she would like for him to be different. I don't know how to explain it because when I'm reading it, it sounds like he's treated his children, both of them. One of them is like he doesn't really care for his work too much, and then the other one is fighting to try to be exactly like his father. So he favors this one the most, the one who wants to be a doctor like him. Um, I don't know. I'm having a hard time explaining myself. The father, I'm in between on him. Like I don't completely dislike him, but I'm good on him. Meaning we don't have to be friends. I can tolerate him in a room, but don't talk to me too much. That's how I see the father. Shalonda said, "I just died. Some women don't let their men know that they do number two. They do. They do. You'd be surprised. Or and there's some women out here that their husbands or partners have never seen them without makeup on because they always have a full face. So I'm all about authenticity and being comfortable, but everybody they live differently. And if that's how you want to spend your time trying to keep up a roost, go on ahead. Me, I'm fancy free. You gonna know I'm a human. I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot. My body's gonna do everything that your body does. But yes, there's some women out there that do not let their husbands know that they do number two or flatulate. Is that the word? I think flatulence. Yeah, they don't know. Keita said, "My husband is not crying in front of me. I'm still trying to find some traumatic or emotional moments for him to cry, and it hasn't happened. Our wedding, me giving birth, Livy's surgery, he doesn't cry." Whew. So, what happens when he experiences even just like pain, physical pain? There's no tears there. That's interesting to me. Maybe his eyes don't work the same way the rest of ours does. You know what? Actually, take it back. My husband, he will usually cry if somebody else is getting hurt. It's not him. So if it's somebody else, he will get upset. Even if it's not a person, it could be a dog. I think one time we were watching something on TV and the dog was begging for something and my husband was just tearing up and I'm like, dude, what's going on? It's like it's just so sad. The animal needs something. Da, da, da. I don't remember what he said. And I was like, it's okay. Like I'm holding his hand. But he doesn't like it when people are treated unfairly. He doesn't like when people are getting hurt. Yeah, we both are criers, but I cry more than he does. And he's there to support me when I'm having a moment. But that's interesting. So your husband don't have tears of joy? Nothing like that. Child, you want to wait until now. I'm not wishing this on him, but if something does happen where like cognitively he has no control over it, he may start crying. What you mean you gave up? Oh, you gave up on him trying. Yeah. Shalonda said, to tell you the truth, I tried to pass gas in front of Bay, except those accidental ones when you're laughing or sleeping. Me and my husband, it's like a competition at this point. I like being comfortable around my husband. If you can't be comfortable around the person that you're with, whether it's a husband or wife or whoever your partner is, then who can you be comfortable around? Um, and that's too much to think about. I guess maybe because my headspace is always so full of what I'm gonna do next for work, or what am I gonna do next to close out the night or wake up in the morning, whatever it may be, just like survive. The last thing I want to be thinking about is bodily functions that I can and can't control. Like I'm just let go. What is that noise? I'm sorry, I'm hearing something and it's creeping me out. So I don't know what it is. Um, See, yep, I'm the same as you, Kita. I do not care. I do not care. And it's funny because when we were dating, I had to mention him first. I was like, "Are you?" I had to ask him. I said, "Like, are you uncomfortable being free like that with me?" And he's like, "No, I'm not uncomfortable. I just didn't know that we were there yet." And I was like, "Well, we are there, sir. Okay, be free. I don't want your stomach hurting because you're trying to hold something in. Just let it out. And if you know it's gonna be funky, go in another room. That's it. Just be respectful in that way. That's all I ask. That's all I ask." Yep, this is what you get here at Reading Beyond the Book Cover. We talk about all things. Somehow we segued into being free. Hmm. Yep, same here, Keita. Outdo me. My only requirement is this: please say excuse me. That's all. Like if somebody does it and doesn't say excuse me, I feel like it's poor manners. Keita. Shalonda said to Keita, "I'm actually crying out of laughter. How did we get from the father of Sanjay to this convo right here?" You know what? I actually don't remember. Oh no, it was a crying. That's what it was. Because I was saying that, like, why would you do something like that out behind closed doors when you can comfortably do it in front of this person that is your partner? Like, I can understand why some people may not cry in front of their children, but your partner, like, that's your ace boon coon. That's the person that your ride or die. We shouldn't be able to share things with each other. But I understand. I always say this: everybody's individual, everybody does their own thing. I have respect for it either way, but I just wish that this husband of Sanjay's father would just show some kind of emotion, because it almost makes it seem like Sanjay has to control his emotions because he knows his father is judging him all the time. Like, that has to be stressful to always have to monitor your emotions. I already have to monitor my emotions to not get angry at people. That happened today at work. I get agitated if I have to repeat myself more than 3 times. So when we got on Teams meeting today, I didn't show my face. I'm pretty sure they can tell from my tone. I was a little bit exasperated, but after a while, I calmed down. I was like, "Jaleesa, he don't understand. It's okay." He had to talk myself through it, but they didn't see my face. But I'm pretty sure they did. They would see I was upset. But yeah, that I have enough trouble trying to control that. I don't want to have to do that in my own home. Um, Courtney said, "I don't like when he passes gas and want to be intimate." That sounds like it's a hot, funky mess. Nah, fam. Time has passed just like that gas. I know that's right. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. No. And if we do, I got to do it too. And we're going to have to just crop circle each other until we both are coughing. And then they'll teach them a lesson. Don't do it again. Yeah, no. That sounds painful. Does he actually push your stomach to try to get it out? Mm-mm. Actually, that's one of my worst fears, because I think something like that happened to, what's her name? Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene. I think she had to go to a hospital because she had a gas bubble in her stomach. So yeah, I take that seriously. Let him push it out. Let him push it out. Keita said to Shalonda, "Don't worry, Sanjay is the same way." Mm-hmm. Courtney, I said I need a boundary. Accidents happen, but don't make it a habit. Very true. Very true. I'm with you on that. I concur. Yes. Shalonda said to Courtney, "True. Some lines have to be drawn somewhere. No sex after passing gas." Yes. But It also, well, I don't know. See, because I'm telling all my business now, but we're showers or bathers. We clean our bodies before doing anything. So when I've been reading these romance books and stuff, and people just be doing stuff, I'm all kind of thrown off because why are you all not bathing? But to each their own. To each their own. But I'm with you. I'm with you. Keita said, overall, I believe my husband would cry when I'm sick like the mother, not in front of me. Oh, so he most likely would go behind doors like Sanjay's father. Mind you all, I know Sanjay's father's name, but his name is very long. I think it's like Radha Krishnan, but I don't want to say it incorrectly, so I just say Sanjay's father. But yeah, he most likely does the same thing. You know, now I think about it, my father is like that. I've never seen my father cry before. And I think that he cries behind doors. Shalonda said to Kiana, why? Because you try to hold it. She maybe does try to hold it. I can't say I wasn't trying to hold it. He's stuck with me. I know that's right. We in this forever. Okay, love. Keita said, actually, I think he did get emotional when I had the emergency gallbladder removal. Oh, wow, you had your gallbladder removed too? My sister had her. Well, I didn't have mine removed, but my sister had her gallbladder removed. She was only 11, if I remember correctly. It was bad because he really wanted to be there. Oh, yeah. Wait, how come he couldn't be there? Was he? I'm assuming he was at work. He was at work most likely. Dang. And the gallbladder surgery, the healing afterwards, my sister, she said it hurt every time she tried to laugh. Or if she breathed a certain way, it was hurting. So he did get emotional. It took something to happen. Courtney said, and you just poo and I smelled it. Don't come tap me on my shoulder. Yeah, no. Send his butt straight to the shower. Okay? Like, look, sir. Go and make friends with soap and water. And then come back and talk to me. Kiana said, oh, I had to get my gallbladder removed too. Not fun. Wait, hold up. How do you all know why you had to get your gallbladder removed? I haven't had to get mine removed yet, knock on wood. But my sister said it was very painful. Like all of a sudden she was on the bus, and when she was trying to walk down the steps of the bus to go to school, she felt a sharp pain in her side. And I don't know whether or not she fell down the steps or not. I'll have to ask her, but I know that it was very traumatic. They had to rush her to the hospital, to the ER, and all this other stuff, and it was just wild. I got a phone call. Your sister's in the hospital. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, too much. Too much too early in the morning. But I think they said it's because eating too much fried food or too much oily food. But I'm not really sure what she ate that I didn't eat. That's the question. Oh, excuse me. Keita said he had to look after Livy. My mother didn't make it until the next day. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Man, the gallbladder. Y'all in here with this gallbladder. I'm waiting on so I'm trying to remember. I'm waiting on Kiana to let me know why she had her gallbladder removed. Because I still have mine. I still have my tonsils too. And my wisdom teeth. A lot of body parts that most people get taken out. I still have mine. Kiana said I woke up and had pain. Went to ER and had x-rays. It was definitely food related. Man. But like which foods though? That's why is it oily foods? I'm wondering what it is. Because me and my sister grew up eating the same things. So I wasn't really sure what she was eating that I wasn't eating. It may have been school food for all I know. Because back then they were selling like chili cheese fries and snow cones and all kind of junk food. I don't know if they still do that now. I know when we were in school, they used to sell Fruitopia. If you are, I think I'm a millennial. You remember Fruitopia. They used to sell that, and then eventually they took it out because it was too much sugar. But I think now they have more healthier snacks than they did back when me and my sister were in school. This is the last comment, and I'm going to let y'all go. I see the numbers going up, and it's like 4 people. Then it'll say 7 people. Then it'll say 4 people. This is going to be 1. So I'm gonna make sure I get up out of here because it's 10:14. But Keita said I was throwing up so much from what I thought was my kidney stones, but it wouldn't stop. So he came and took me to the hospital, and the doctor thought it was my appendix, but it was my gallbladder. Lord, God, oh, I'm speechless because the thing is, everything you listed is an organ, and they're all situated around the same area. So I can see why it'd be a little bit difficult to tell where the pain is coming from. Man, that's scary. We're gonna have to talk like DM off the record because I want to know, like, now after you have the gallbladder removed, does your body process different foods, differently? Okay, Kiana said fried fatty foods. Okay, so it's like be careful with the French. Oh, I like me some hot fries though. So be careful with French fries, fried chicken. I don't eat a lot of fried chicken. I'm trying to remember when's the last time I had fried chicken. It's been a while. It's been a while. I don't know if it's because the fried chicken has a different batter that I don't really care for or what, but I rarely eat fried chicken. I prefer grilled or stewed chicken. Um, Keita said it wasn't foods for me. My kidney stones, for some reason, it was activating my gallbladder as well as my liver. Jeez, dang. It's like a what do you call it? Like a domino effect, kind of. One thing affects the other type deal. So it's kind of. Let me see. Oh wow. We're gonna have to talk off a record about that too. I only know one other person who's had a hysterectomy, and she had to get hers because I think she had hemorrhaging or her periods were very heavy, to the point where I think one time she was trying to get to the bedroom from the shower and she couldn't make it. She was on the bed and just basically just bleeding everywhere. So she was forced to get a hysterectomy. Um, but dang, it's harder than healing from a hysterectomy. Oh, y'all, this makes me wish I was an alien. Kiana said I didn't change anything because I'm hard headed. You still eat the same, girl. You only got one. Well, the gallbladder is gone now, so I wonder, like, what when you're eating, what happens to that food? Where does, or when it's like being broken down, where does it go? Because, huh, that can't be good. But I guess you still here and you're okay. You haven't had to get any other surgery, so you should be fine, right? As long as everything in moderation, you should be okay. He would say, "Yep, digesting food takes longer because there's no gallbladder, and when I'm full, I vomit." Yikes! Oh man. Uh-uh. Well, is that only with food that's solid, or is that any kind of food? Because I know me with, let's say for example, something that has like too much bread or it takes too much chewing. Sometimes it can make me feel nauseous. It's hard to explain. So let's say for example today I had a burger, right? I have to take my time eating that burger because one, I already don't really care for meat too much. So when I'm chewing the meat, I'm having to chew for a very long time and swallow it. I can't chew just a couple of chews like my husband can and then swallow it because it's too much, too chunky. It's not chewed down enough. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I still eat like a child. If you really do think about it, if you saw the way I eat chicken wings, you'd be upset because I leave a lot of meat still in the chicken wings. Excuse me, excuse me, but yeah, no, I'm sorry, man. Keon said my periods are super heavy. I had fibroids bad. Oh, okay, the fibroids. Yeah, fibroids are very prevalent in the African American community. I had a coworker who had fibroids as well. I don't know why she didn't get hers taken out though. That's why I always wondered. She had one. I think it was the size of a grapefruit. On and it's been a while since I spoke to her, but she never got a hysterectomy, not that I know of, and she had irregular periods. So hers weren't heavy, but they were irregular. Probably to my stomach. Okay, so it just like skips through. Wow. I wonder if I should I be thankful that I still have that I still have my gallbladder. Good night, Shalonda. See you on the next one. The next sprint will be on Sunday. We're gonna be doing the wake up reading sprints. 8:30. I need to set up the live. I'm gonna do that after I get off of here. And we'll be there. Keita said, any food or drinks, it's like piling food and filling it in your esophagus, going to your throat. It has nowhere to go because it takes a sweet time digesting. Man, that makes it where eating is just not fun. Not at all. You can't really enjoy yourself too much. Or you have to just like really take your time with stuff. Yes, everybody say bye, Shalonda. At Library Without Borders. She also has a YouTube channel. If you all haven't checked it out, there's a lot of books that I get from her videos that I've had on my list. Most of the books that she reads, I have to go in and buy it because I don't think my library has them. One of them, it took them over a year to add it to their catalog. So, but go check her channel out. She has a lot of books that are not lesser known, but books that BookTube isn't really talking about too much. And that's what I love about her channel. Yes, see? Mm-hmm. You be knowing. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me this entire month, actually, not just tonight. I don't think I'll be doing this next month, only because the book that we'll be reading for the Reading Beyond the Book Club. Wait, Buddy Reads a Reading Beyond the Book Club pick that I picked for June is a book I already read. Yes, I think that's what I meant to say. So because it's a book that I already read, I have an option to do it, but if I were to do it, it would be for just reading sprints in general. So that means that I would do reading sprints without doing any kind of recap for the book club pick for that month. Unless you all like it like this, where I'll do a spoilery one and it'll be just for whatever book that I'm reading at that time. So just let me know on IG. I may put up a poll or something like that tonight or maybe the beginning of June to see what you all want to do. And then we'll go from there. You all have a wonderful one. Bye, Kiana. See you on Sunday. You have a competition, so good luck. Fingers crossed. And I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'm gonna put this intro on. I know every time it's super awkward because I have to look for it. I'm like, where is the button to put on the outro? I'm so slow. I don't know how Neil does it all the time on key. I'm terrible at it. But if I weren't terrible at it, it wouldn't be me, right? Let me go, because now I'm just talking. Bye, Courtney. Yes, it's always a good time talking to you all. And I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday. I'm always excited to see you all on Sunday. And I hope you all will join me. You have a good night. The intro. No, the outro, Jaleesa, the outro. Bye. I'm still here. Let me go. Gang. I see you, Keita. Bye.